Keep him honest tonight. An update about a congressman who's spreading a conspiracy theory, and not just any conspiracy theory, an incredibly insulting one. Insulting in particular to the memory of Heather Heyer, who was killed allegedly by a white supremacist the weekend other neo-Nazis and white nationalists marched in Charlottesville, Virginia this past summer. The congressman in question here is this man, two-term Republican Arizona Congressman Paul Gosar. He caught our attention a few weeks back because he claimed the white nationalist rally in Charlottesville was some sort of left-wing plot, a false flag operation. Congressman Gosar talked about this on camera to Vice News correspondent El Reeve. Here's exactly what he said to her.
Let's look at the person that actually started the rally. It's come to our attention that this is a person from Occupy Wall Street that was an Obama sympathizer. So wait a minute, be careful on where you start taking these people to. And look at the background. George Soros is one of those people that actually helps, back these individuals. Who is he? I think he's from Hungary. I think he was Jewish, and I think he turned in his own people to the Nazis. We better be careful over where we go with those.
Do you think George Soros funded the neo-Nazis who marched in Charlottesville?
Wouldn't it be interesting to find out?
Well, Ellie Reeve came on our program, strongly refuted the congressman's remarks. I started by asking what he said to, if what he said to her made any sense.
Oh, no, of course not. Some of the people involved in that rally have track records going back 5 or 10 years. The 990s of their nonprofits are available online. You can look at who's funding them. They absolutely believe what they say. And I presented that to him. I said, I've talked to these people. They don't sound like leftists. And he just smirked at me.
The idea also that the way the congressman is saying is like, well, we're learning this, or, we're finding this out, as if it's sort of the full weight of his office or the U.S. Congress, when in fact it seems like he's just getting stuff from Alex Jones.
That seems to be where the news is coming from. Alex Jones claims to have sources all throughout the government, but George Soros did not fund these people. What he's saying is not true.
For the record, billionaire investor George Soros does back liberal causes, but a spokeswoman for his foundation has fired back at the accusations made by Congressman Gosar, saying Soros was 14 during the war, didn't collaborate with the Nazis, and did not confiscate anybody's property. He has said he witnessed the confiscation of property, but there's no evidence he took part in it. As for who actually organized the rally, that would be a former blogger, Jason Kessler, who said he voted for President Obama and attended one Occupy event. But he says he had a change of heart with the Obama administration, and according to Vice News, he posted a YouTube video railing against what he calls white genocide. Since Congressman Gosar first made the comments 3 weeks ago, we've asked him to come on the program, gave him an open invitation to appear at any time. His office has declined. So with the House back in session this week, today we sent 360's Randy Kay to Capitol Hill to find the congressman. She did, and she joins us now with the details. So you tracked down the congressman today. What did he have to say?
Anderson, we caught up with Congressman Gosar after a hearing this morning on Capitol Hill. And first, I started asking him about his colleague Jeff Flake deciding to leave Congress, and he was more than happy to answer that question. But when I started to press him on these controversial comments about Charlottesville, the conversation got pretty heated. Watch this. You had said that the Charlottesville white nationalist march was created by the left, carried out by an Obama sympathizer. Do you still?
You better go back and recheck that. I said, wouldn't it be interesting to find that? I said I did not say that. So go back and retool that.
Okay. What makes you think that, though, that that's even possible? What proof do you have, if any?
Stay tuned. Check out my website later this evening. Well, you'll find out.
I'm just curious. You also said that it's possible, that the billionaire investor George Soros was behind this whole thing.
Like I said, go back and take a look.
We've taken a look at your comments, and that is what you said.
Oh, but my proof will be coming. Check my website out.
Your proof will be coming. It's all been debunked. There was a woman. It's
not been debunked. Absolutely not debunked whatsoever. So stay tuned.
The conspiracy theory that you have put out there has been debunked.
It has not been debunked. Look at what CNN has talked about with what's going on with the Clinton administration right now with the dossier. Hardly an aspect in regards to debunk. You're not real news, you're fake news.
Sir, everything you've said has been debunked. Why are you continuing to put this out there?
Fake news. When you do your due diligence, check out my website. You'll be fake news.
So that was something. I know you've been watching his website eagerly. Is there anything there?
Anderson, we've been checking it every hour since I met with him this morning. Nothing all day until just over an hour ago, this post, which I guess he considers proof. And in that post, there's an interview, a link to an interview on 60 Minutes with George Soros. And in that, he mentions much of what you had just talked about at the top of this, at the beginning of this segment. Soros in that says that, that he never took property from the Jews, that he only witnessed property being taken from the Jews. He certainly doesn't paint himself as some sort of Nazi sympathizer, as the congressman did. And in that same posting that we saw just about an hour ago, there's a link to a radio show, and in that link, it's a far-right Arizona radio host who also pushes out a lot of these alt-right conspiracy theories. In that segment, this radio host says that George Soros did fund groups who then bust people into Charlottesville, including people from Black Lives Matters. He also says that this radio host also blames Charlottesville on the Democrats, says much of it was their fault. It came from money from the left. So he's also pushing out this same conspiracy theory. And all in all, though, if you look at this posting between the 60 Minutes interview and this radio link, there is no real proof, no hard evidence. None of this even comes close to the proof that the congressman promised us here on Capitol Hill this morning would be coming tonight on his website.